Venezuela in total shock. US MQ-25 drones destroy enormous Venezuelan convoy. Did you know that the United States is about to deploy the first carrier-based refueling drone in history, capable of transferring 7,250 kilograms of fuel over a distance of 930 kilometers? And that this same drone will double the combat range of F-35 and F/A-18 fighter jets, allowing an aircraft carrier to project power at previously impossible distances? In this video, we reveal everything about the MQ-25 Stingray, the drone that is redefining U.S. aircraft carrier operations and will begin operations in 2026, forever transforming modern naval warfare. The Boeing MQ-25 Stingray represents one of the most significant advances in naval aviation since the introduction of the jet fighter bomber. This unmanned drone, designed specifically to operate from aircraft carriers, will fulfill a critical mission: refueling fighter jets in flight without the need for human pilots. The U.S. Navy faces a fundamental strategic challenge. Currently, F divided by a -18E divided by F Super Hornets must be diverted from combat missions to act as aerial refueling tankers, a role known as buddy tanking. Approximately one-third of Super Hornet sorties are dedicated to this task, consuming valuable airframe flight hours and reducing the availability of fighters for actual combat. The MQ-25 solves this problem by completely eliminating the need to use fighters as tankers. Capable of transporting and transferring 7,250 kilograms of fuel over distances exceeding 930 kilometers from the aircraft carrier, the Stingray can keep multiple fighters airborne for additional hours. This capability extends the effective range of the carrier air wing by an additional 450 to 650 kilometers, radically transforming the operational range of a carrier strike group. Let's pause here to invite you to like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the video so far. Development of the MQ-25 formally began in 2016 under the Carrier-Based Aerial Refueling System program. Boeing won the contract in August 2018, beating out proposals from Lockheed Martin and General Atomics. The first prototype, known as T1, made its maiden flight in September 2019 from Mid-America Airport in Illinois. The program's test milestones have been impressive. In June 2021, the MQ-25 performed the first-ever aerial refueling between two unmanned aircraft, transferring 147 kilograms of fuel to an F/A-18 Super Hornet. Subsequently, the drone successfully refueled an E-2D Hawkeye in August 2021 and an F-35C Lightning II in September of the same year, demonstrating compatibility with all the Navy's primary carrier-based aircraft. In December 2021, the MQ-25 completed critical testing aboard the USS George H.W. demonstrating its ability to operate on aircraft carrier decks, including takeoffs, landings, and maneuvers in confined spaces. The MQ-25 Stingray is a fixed-wing drone with an aerodynamic design optimized for fuel efficiency and long-range operations. It measures 15.5 meters in length with a wingspan of 22.9 meters, which folds down to 9.5 meters for carrier storage. Its maximum takeoff weight is 16 tons. The heart of the Stingray is its Rolls-Royce AE3007N turbofan engine, the same one that powers the RQ-4 Global Hawk surveillance drone. This highly efficient engine, with a 5-to-1 bypass ratio, allows the MQ-25 to fly for hours with minimal fuel consumption. The single-engine architecture reduces maintenance costs and simplifies operational logistics. The design incorporates low observability features, including recessed air intakes and clean aerodynamic surfaces with a V-tail configuration. While not a fully stealthy drone like the original UCLAS concept that preceded it, these features reduce its radar signature, improving survivability in contested environments. The MQ-25 refueling system uses the hose and drogue method, compatible with all U.S. Navy carrier-based fighters. The drone internally carries up to 7,250 kilograms of transferable fuel, enough to refuel 4 to 6 F/A-18 Super Hornets or 2 to 3 F-35C Lightning IIs in a single mission. Beyond refueling, The MQ-25 incorporates secondary intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities via an electro-optical/infrared sensor ball mounted under its nose. This capability allows the drone to gather intelligence while orbiting over operational areas, providing persistent surveillance without exposing manned aircraft. The carrier-installed MD-5E ground control system allows human operators to monitor MQ-25 missions from the ship's Air Operations Center. Boeing is also developing systems that will allow F/A-18 Super Hornet or E-2D Hawkeye pilots to remotely command the Stingray during missions, facilitating manned-unmanned team operations. The hardpoints under the wings of the MQ-25 suggest potential for future capability expansions. Boeing has demonstrated concepts that include the integration of advanced sensors and even long-range anti-ship missiles, pointing to future strike and intelligence roles beyond refueling and confined space maneuvers. In January 2025, Vice Admiral Daniel Cheever, commander of the Naval Air Forces, confirmed that the MQ-25 Stingray will make its first operational flight in 2025 and begin carrier integration tests in 2026. We'll be flying the MQ-25 in 25. You can quote me on that, Cheever declared at the West 2025 conference. We'll be flying that platform in 25 and putting it on an aircraft carrier in 26 to begin integration. The U.S. Navy plans to acquire 76 MQ-25 Stingrays at an estimated cost of $13 billion. The fiscal year 2026 budget includes $1.04 billion to procure 3 initial low-rate production aircraft, marking the start of serial production. The full program calls for 67 operational aircraft and 9 for test and development. Boeing is manufacturing the MQ-25s at its St. Louis, Missouri, facility, though recent labor strikes have caused production delays. Despite these setbacks, the program is progressing toward its operational deployment goal. The EDM-2 and EDM-3 engineering development models will be the first to reach full production standard. The strategic impact of the MQ-25 extends far beyond simple refueling. By freeing Super Hornets from tanker missions, the Navy instantly recovers 30 to 40% of its carrier air wing's combat capability. Fighters that previously spent hours flying refueling orbits can now be dedicated to strike, air defense, or close air support missions. In the Indo-Pacific context, where distances are immense and China is developing long-range anti-ship capabilities, the MQ-25 allows U.S. aircraft carriers to operate from safer positions while maintaining offensive range. An F-35C, which normally has a combat radius of 1,000 kilometers, could extend that to 1,600 kilometers with Stingray refueling, bringing previously unreachable targets within range. The U.S. Air Force has expressed interest in a land-based variant of the MQ-25, known as the MQ-25LBV. This version could operate from land bases, providing autonomous refueling for fighters in theaters where manned tankers face significant threats. The Stingray also opens the door to future manned-unmanned carrier operations. Navy weapons tactics instructors are already developing operational concepts for integrating the MQ-25 with manned fighters on complex missions. As Admiral Cheever noted, "I'll just release the weapons tactics instructors, and they'll figure out exactly how to operate this thing seamlessly in a manned-unmanned configuration. And that will open up the future for us." The MQ-25 Stingray is not just a tanker drone. It's the first step toward a new era of autonomous naval aviation that will redefine how the United States projects power from its aircraft carriers for decades to come. And that concludes our analysis of the revolutionary MQ-25 Stingray. If you were fascinated to discover how this drone is transforming naval aviation and want to continue learning about cutting-edge military technology, defense innovations, and the weapons that are redefining modern warfare, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any content. See you in the next video where we'll continue exploring the impressive world of 21st century military technology.